Welcome to the Autism Mom and Travel Podcast, a podcast about autism and everything in between. Stay tuned as we welcome our host, Gracia Hines.
Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of the Autism Mom and Travel Podcast. Today's topic is people with autism are humans too. So there's an article on the Miami Herald website that I find interesting. This incident happened last year, but I still wanted to share it with you guys. So according to the Miami Herald website, Patricia Ripley, the mother in this case that I'm about to bring to you guys, is accused of first-degree murder as police investigate the death of her son, an autistic, nonverbal 9-year-old named Alejandro, who was found dead in a golf course canal. According to what police told the Miami Herald, the 45-year-old Ripley said Alejandro was going to be in a better place. So initially, Ripley told police that her son had been abducted by 2 black men who ran her off the road, demanded drugs, and snatched her son and fled the scene in a light blue car. After Ripley told them that, an Amber Alert was issued that night, and the Florida law enforcement, the Miami-Dade Police Department, the Special Victims Bureau, and the Missing Persons Unit were all working together to find this child. They began looking for 2 abductors, one dressed in all black with a black bandana covering his face, and another one with cornrows, because that's what she described to them. According to investigators, the victim was with her son as she was driving on the highway, and then she noticed she was being followed by an unknown car. The driver of the unknown car attempted to sideswipe her car, and that forced her to veer off onto an avenue. The car then blocked her in while a male passenger ambushed her and started to demand drugs. After telling them she didn't have any drugs, they then stole her cell phone and abducted her son. They then drove southbound in the unknown car. That was Miss Ripley's story to the police. So around 12 hours after Miss Ripley reported Alejandro kidnapped by the 2 black men who cut her off in the intersection, a body was found around 4 miles from where Ripley had said her son was abducted. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement called off the Amber Alert and confirmed that the body that they found was Alejandro's. So this is where the story takes a turn for the worse. If you thought that was bad, it gets worse. Police told the Miami Herald that they had video surveillance footage that revealed discrepancy in Miss Ripley's story. So what it turned out to be is that Miss Ripley admitted that she made up the whole story about her son's abduction after the police told her that they have witnesses who saw her with Alejandro near where his body was found. Investigators then became suspicious of Miss Ripley because she kept changing her story of what happened too often. Miami-Dade homicide detectives discovered that earlier in the afternoon, Miss Ripley was caught on somebody's camera pushing her son into the canal. So local residents heard screaming, and when they came to help, they found Alejandro in the canal and they went out to rescue him. An hour later, she brought him back, but this time she brought him to a different canal. Unfortunately, there was no one there to save him the second time, and he drowned.
Showing a chilling crime, a mother allegedly pushing her autistic son into the water before running away screaming. Police say that was the mother's first attempt to kill her son.
Just so heartbreaking. Now she's charged in his murder. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live in Southwest Miami-Dade with that heartbreaking video, Janine.
And this is where 9-year-old Alejandro lost his life on Thursday night. But police say before he drowned here, his mom tried to drown him at another body of water. There is video, and we have to warn you, it is disturbing.
The video is shocking
and heartbreaking. We're told this is Patricia Ripley walking with her 9-year-old son Alejandro on the bank of a canal in West Kendall. She's stroking his hair, looking around, and in a single move, shoving him into the water.
She kind of got up, started screaming. She called his name a couple times, but it was weird. And then she turned around and ran away screaming.
This witness, who doesn't want to be identified, trying to make sense of what's happening. He says Ripley returns with a bystander, and with another man, they pull Alejandro from the water. Here you can see they dry him off. Neighbors say mom and son then leave.
Kind of stripped him down, dried him off, and she just walked that way. The older couple went into the first hallway.
Police say this was Ripley's first attempt to kill her son, who was autistic and could not speak. About an hour later, they say she led him to another body of water at the Miccosukee Golf and Country Club. His lifeless body would be found the next day. Investigators say Ripley initially told them a bogus ambush and abduction story to explain what happened, setting off an all-out search before she eventually confessed, telling detectives Alejandro's, quote, going to be in a better place. She now faces a charge of first-degree murder and attempted murder as a community grieves the loss of a little boy.
Fix it, Jesus. Police also said that they had video footage showing her sitting alone at the Home Depot inside her car for about 20 minutes before even calling them. Miami-Dade Police Director said at a press conference that he was very disappointed by the abduction story Miss Ripley told the police. He said, and I quote, "For her to displace blame of her crime on another community is just as well another crime that was committed." And I totally agree with him. They could have just picked up 2 random black men, fit in her description that she made up in her head for no reason, just to cover up her crime. That could have turned out totally different for 2 innocent black men. Some people are just sick and disgusting. It's true what they say. When you make one lie, you need to make a couple more just to bury that first lie. Ugh. When the police confronted Miss Ripley, she then admitted that she made up the kidnapping story. She admitted to taking the boy to the canal where he ultimately died. And this is what she said after. He's going to be in a better place. He's going to be in a better place? Really? Hey, special family. To listen to the rest of this podcast, please go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, or AnchorFM.com. Thank you so much for your support and stay tuned for the next episode.